So I was scrolling on TikTok and the most craziest video popped up, and it was 5 things that chat wishes college students would actually listen to the advice wise. And I was like, yo, that is so sick. Like, I would have never thought about asking ChatGPT for real life advice, because think about it, there are so many things chat takes in and it knows and it learns, and then it's like, yo, I can spit it out and I can actually analyze it, and then I can actually put something together. And so I saw the TikTok and I was like, I'm gonna write down those 5 things. And so the first thing was, be where your feet are at. It is so true. It resonates so hard. So hard, I feel like, specifically within college and high school, within your job. It literally resonates within whatever time period you are, because you are constantly chasing for something that is in front of you, but then you look back and you're like, man, the good days passed me by already, because I was always chasing something in front of me. It's like the carrot on the stick. You know how people are always chasing that one thing that's always inevitable? It's like that endpoint or that destination that continues to move forward and forward and forward, and you know, it's kind of crazy. And we get so caught up in this idea of having this one perfect ending. Like, it's like you're like Mario going through all the games in the series of games, but then another one comes out, and then another one, and then you complete that game and you defeat Bowser, but then Super Mario Bros. 2 comes out, and then you have to do it all over again. And then there's different things that go within it, and then there's like, oh, little Easter eggs, getting 3 stars, getting all the coins, getting it within a certain amount of time. Like, there's so many things that you and I have in front of us, and that I know I definitely take it for granted, and I really just want to get to somewhere else that I feel like is better than where my present is. But it's not always for the faint of heart to be in the moment. It's truly not, and sometimes it's the most daunting task to have, is to be in the moment. But I think 5, 6, 7 months later, a month later, you're like, wow, it's crazy to think and see how far I've become, or I've come, that I have become. And I think kind of going to one of the other points it is that like chat said was, just because you might feel lost, just because you might feel like you don't know what you're doing, trying to be where you are, be in the moment, try to figure it all out, and trying to be present and not trying to look forward, that you feel lost in the midst of it. You're lost in the sauce, like literally lost in the sauce. And it really is so true that you're figuring it out day by day. I mean, I think one of the easiest things that you can figure out for yourself are small, minute goals, like micro habits, micro goals. I mean, think about it. There's like the saying, how do you eat an elephant? Bite by bite. You don't just gobble the elephant all up. You literally have to go bite by bite. And that is kind of how life is so daunting, that you think that you have to get every single thing figured out. Like, I feel this pressure all the time when I see my friends that want to go that they want to go to med school, that they want to go to like pre-dent school. Like, a friend of mine, I love her so much, and she's studying for the pre-dent thing, like the DAT, I think that's what the test that she calls it, and she's gonna be taking it soon. And I truly applaud her, because she has that goal in mind, and that she's truly been hustling these past, I don't know how long. What's the thing that literally was crazy, mind blowing, was that she was like, yeah, for the DIT, I have to take a test for 4 hours and study. And then she's like, yeah, every week or every weekend or whatever, she literally goes to the library and studies and does DAT practice tests for 5 hours straight. 5 hours. And one of my old professors, she's so funny, she's like, I don't even know how to put it, she's just cut and dry and blunt. She's like, that's the type of dentist that I want to have, is somebody who will do that and have that discipline for motivation. And that was the other one of the other 3 out of the 5 points, was that discipline overcomes and outperforms motivation. Do you think somebody who's successful wakes up every single morning is like, rise and shine, like that Kylie Jenner, Stormy, rise and shine, like that type of good morning? No. I think I would probably blow my mind if I had to wake up every single morning and be like, I'm so refreshed, I love life, I am gonna just absolutely kill it today every single morning. No, one of these days, I think it was because I'm literally doing laundry for the first time, and I'm looking for this shirt, and I was like, this shirt's fine, but I was looking for this shirt, and I was like, I wonder where that shirt is at. And then I'm going through my laundry, because I'm literally doing it right now, I'm drying it right now, and I'm like, yo, I wore that this week, and I'm like, oh my gosh, literally this Monday I was having a what is it called, not an outbreak, but it's like when you crash out, as in outbreak, but crashing out. And the following morning, I think it was Wednesday, I literally threw on a nice outfit. Feel good, do good, look good, be good was my literal mentality of that day. And I genuinely think one of the things that school's been teaching me and life's been teaching me, and my internship this summer, was I have no other choice but to get back up and do it again. Literally no other choice, because I could literally sit and be sad and mope all day long. But it's no, motivation is a great thing to have, but it's not a necessity. And I think that's when you kind of really have to just focus on yourself and really just try to be your own person, because at the end of the day, you have to rely on yourself, and you cannot look at others for motivation, for that discipline. I mean, I don't know, I think it's really important, especially within individual sports like swim and in track and in wrestling, and I'm trying to think of cross country. I mean, even within literally any team sport, you have to show up for yourself and for your team. And when you look at your other players and you're like, yo, why am I not as good as them? Why am I not as fast as them? You can't do that. You can't say, oh, I'm not disciplined enough, or I'm not motivated enough to be as good as them, because that's comparing. That going on to the fourth point and the fourth topic of comparing yourself to others, of not being good enough. I think when you compare yourself, you literally do not see what's in front of you. You do not see where your feet are at currently. I mean, think about it. Imagine the person you were at the beginning of 2025. I mean, girl, I have changed so much within the past 10 months of my life than I've ever in my life before. And that is so cliche, but it's so true, because I've wanted that change. I wanted that change for myself, and so I did it. I didn't let anybody else tell me no. I didn't look for anybody else to compare to. I didn't even tell people I was changing for myself. I changed for myself because I knew I needed to. Because I wasn't happy where I was at. Literally a year ago, last October 2024, was probably one of the hardest times of my life during 2024. I was going through roommate issues. I was going through school issues. I had so many things just going that were challenging me. And I knew I couldn't be in that state anymore, and so I changed. And I decided to do something else. And I didn't compare myself to anybody, but I saw the people that I wanted to be like. I saw them. And I saw the influencers I wanted to be like. And I saw the people that I looked into my life and I was like, yo, they are sick. Like, I want to embody that. Do not compare yourself to any single person, because you don't know how many lives they've lived in their small amount of lives, or their bountiful ages of life. You can't do that. That's not fair to yourself. Don't compare yourself to me. I'm literally in my 20s and I'm like figuring it out. And when you feel like you aren't enough, you are. You genuinely, truly are, because you're trying your best. You are doing it for yourself, and you just need to stay in your lane and literally focus. Have that tunnel vision for yourself, like tunnel vision. No one else is there. No one else is listening. No one else cares. Like, literally just for you. You gotta do it for yourself, and you cannot compare anybody else because you don't know what they've been through. I will say it 1,000 times. Like, I got lunch with a friend of mine who's like a friend of mine now, but we weren't like that close, and we met in class. And at the time she was like 25, 26, like a woman, like I don't even know, maybe even 28. And I was like 18, 19, like younger. And she seemed so wise, so wise. And I was like, how have you become so knowledgeable? How in your life did you build these skills? And she was like, therapy. And I'm like, that is knowledge. Knowledge is key, and knowledge is learning. And you can't compare yourself to somebody who has had different experiences than you, because not like this is like a one-up game, but like you have so many other skills that they don't have. Like, I'm trying to think, like, I am not a very good volleyball player. Like, I'm okay. I can probably make it on like a JV team, or like probably a varsity bench warmer. But those people on the volleyball team could not swim the way that I swim. But we could both be intellectually the same, but maybe we have different interests. I like plants, they might like shopping, they might like, I don't know, painting, like there are so many things that you can't compare to yourself, and you feel like you're behind, but you're literally just becoming. You are literally just becoming. And I think where it really is so hard is when you feel like you're chasing for something that's not sustainable. And on to the fifth point, chasing something that's real. You might feel like you are becoming that one thing, that you are finally becoming that idea, but are you just buying new clothes? Are you becoming a false version of yourself to just physically portray somebody that you want to become? Not to say that like outwardly being will internally not change you. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying as in like a sense of being someone that you're genuinely not wanting to become. Because sometimes this is completely different. If you are just dressing or being something that you do not genuinely want to be, just to fit in, don't do it. That's not a sustainable life. That's not truly you. If you don't like to go to the Barnes & Noble, you don't like to go into the library, and you like to go party, then don't do that. Like, I'm not like throwing shit on either of them, but like if you don't like going to parties, then do something else. And if you like going to parties, then don't do something else. Like, no shade either way, but don't become something that you're not. I mean, parties is just like an example. Like, not everybody's a partier, like, regardless, no shade either way. But it's like the example that like chat brought up was like, don't chase parties, like whatever, like subjective, but like in a sense of like trying to fit in. Like, don't chase parties, don't chase like materialistic things, don't chase after things that truly do not fulfill you. Because how is that going to lead you to a better life? How is that going to help you have that discipline over motivation? How is that going to help you see where you are and being present in the moment and not try to think of, oh, how am I looking? How am I portraying myself? How am I outwardly thinking of myself and not being internally aware? And how is this making me feel? And I think when you really see all these other people fitting in perfectly, having these perfect outfits, perfect bodies, perfect hair, like all these other things that you want to eventually become, that's comparison, you know? There's a fine line between comparison and then eventually wanting to get there for the right reason. And I think sometimes doing that takes a long time, because it does. I mean, you can't figure every single thing out until. It's that until. I say that because that until is up to you. So redefine that happiness, redefine that joy, because until I get a puppy, until I get something, until I reach this number, I'm not happy. So redefine that until. Food for thought.